My name is George McLean, and I'm also known as the OG Mack. I'm an actor. I've been acting for a long time now. Actually became professional in 1975 with a theater company called The Family. In State U, I play a character named Professor Baldwin. Okay, now there will be 2 pages of this test, and Mr. Hanley, nice of you to grace us with your presence today.
Yeah,
I sincerely hope that you're over your senioritis enough to take the midterm. He is a professor of psychiatry, an instructor in the school, one of the faculties. And in my development of his character, me being a caddy, I caddy a lot at Wacky Gill Country Club in New Rochelle. So I gave him that scratch golfer status in order to help my character to deal with obstacles. And the last 2 on page 2 are mandatory. It worked for me as helping to develop the character because it kept him focused, it kept him confident in the moves that he makes. And development of the character as well, I was told by the director that Professor Baldwin was a very strict, caring type of instructor. To what honor do I attribute your presence in my office today, Mr. Hanley?
Well, I just finished my paper and I wanted to hand it in before I forgot to before the break.
Oh? Well, then am I to assume that you will not be attending class on Monday?
No. I just wanted to get it in early. I completely intend on being in class next
Okay,
week.
well, then that's very good, because with your grade on the midterm, you're going to need all the class participation points you can get, young man.
I did that poorly on the midterm?
Well, I haven't finished grading your midterm yet, per se, but judging from the first half, you're not doing very well on this one. You know? He was no-nonsense guy. He was the guy who really kept his focus in terms of educating the youth and giving a criteria and a curriculum for those youth that they had to follow. He didn't waver too much on that level. It was like, you know, you do, if you do this, you can get this result. I am well aware of your predicament, and I do know that you have been working very hard this semester, and I am willing to help. However, you must help me and work with me on this one.
Okay.
Okay, now here's the deal. First of all, you must attend all of my classes that I will be holding for the rest of the semester. And that's going to be 5 classes. And you must hand in the final report with a passing grade, and you must pass the final exam. And if you can do this, then I will be inclined to look past the first half of the semester. I actually played my father in terms of his articulation of the way he spoke his words. My father spoke a lot like a professor when I was growing up, and he used to always get me to talk the way he talked, but I didn't always pick it up. So when I had the opportunity to play this character, I utilized his example, my father's example. Now, before I let you all go, I am going to assign you all partners for the final project. You will have to compile a case study of no less than 2 and no more than 4 subjects. I will require a bibliography, full diagnosis of the subject, as well as possible treatments. Professor Baldwin has had John throughout the whole 4 years of his college career, and the professor has seen him work very hard. Mr. Hanley, I didn't think you were going to make it.
Oh, I just wanted to give you this. Completely finished.
Completely finished? Well, Mr. Hanley, I'm impressed. I look forward to seeing you on graduation. And he sort of kind of likes the guy. You know, the guy has shown Professor something in his work ethics, you know, throughout the 4 years that he's known him. And now this being his senior year, the professor actually sort of like is rooting for him. It's very, very important to be able to take direction and to be able to trust in the direction and bring forth what you can bring forth and work with the guys who are directing you. Is that comfortable? Stay? Should be. I got good news and I got bad news. The good news is that you won't be leaving here alive. Now, we're recording our little session here because I don't want your big day to go to waste. She couldn't handle it, man. Once a vibrant woman full of life, my love for 40 years just disintegrated. She died in my arms, a broken woman. Did you know that? Yeah, well, I had to live with that image every day, all day long. You can only turn your cheek but so many times. And then it's time to jump into the gutter. Welcome to the gutter. Our society is falling apart. What it really boils down to is accountability and consequences. If I was to tell you that, this was just a hell of a joke, and in an hour, you can be out of here. Would you be okay with that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sure you would. But you know what? That's not going to happen. You assholes just kept pushing and pushing. Did you ever think anybody was going to push back? They lobby for bailout money, and layoffs happen, and CEOs get bonuses. Even if I was to go and try to get a loan, they would ask me if I have a business plan. You guys don't even have a business plan when you take our money, all right? You just take our money, you just tell us, give us the money, we got this, don't worry, we're gonna make more for you, and then all of a sudden, like, oops, it's gone. There's only one important party that needs to be in the courtroom that's not there. And do you know who that party is? Mm-mm. Me, Joe Everyman. You commit your crimes from a distance, disconnected from the people that you ruin and destroy. You can't even put a name or a face on them. Well, big guy, the times, they are changing. So, I have imposed the death penalty on those bastards. You fuck with the little man, you get your ticket punched, plain and simple. You looking at the most dangerous animal on the planet. Obviously, if what we're doing doesn't work, then clearly it's broke. Well, if it's broke, then fix it. Risk versus reward. Enough is enough.